This is what I've quickly turned, obviously, for the top part of the gate. That's going to replacement ones I cut off. Obviously, these will be. I'll throw them on the forge and let them get pitted and scale up. Put this time into the rest of the gate, make them look old and weathered. Obviously, need to drill these out for 12 to take the rods, and then what I'll do is heat the top of the rod that this pokes through. So this will basically drill through the scroll will slat on, then this on top, and then I'll just peen the bar that goes over through it, and I'll pinch it all together. But obviously I'll dress them up and make them look a bit smooth, just so they tie in. It's purely just for time. I would like to forge them, but obviously I only get to the forges at weekends, or Fridays, Saturdays, and I need to make it cost effective as well. So it's just quicker. This is just 25 black bar that I've just drilled through. Just quickly doing it on my lathe, not on method. And I'm just machining now the new hinges, because the old ones are completely worn away. I mean, the old ones are replacements anyway. Someone else has done a bodge job. So this will be drilled through to 19, because the pins are 18, just to give it a bit of play, because obviously they've worn. And they'll get welded on. And then it's just a case of repairing this, the old latch. Which I think I'll probably just build up with weld. I could reforge one, but just with it being the original. I know it's going to be only like 50% original with the amount of weld it'll have on it. But at least it'll be there. So I think we'll go with that. I'll do that tomorrow. Right, so I'll show you when I get up to that bit. I'll try and film as much as I can as well. Keep you updated. Okay, so just rough the edges up a bit with the Lanisha. Make them look not as uniformed. So once they get a bit of scale on them now, they'll look, they've aged a bit, and obviously I've just done the edges of these for the hinges. Right, so forge going. We'll throw them in and let the forge do its job. Well, there's one. Keep an eye on them, make sure they don't burn. Right, guys, I'm going to watch the fire and I'll come back to you in a bit. See the scaling up now, oxidising. I can do that 2 or 3 times and then wire brush them up to the full pitted. Right, so I need to gently move these off here, remove them, to replace them with these ones that I forged here. I'm just going to MIG weld them on. So I'll cut these off now because they're just a bit too far gone. Okay, so there's them. They're drilled now, they're in place. It's just a case of obviously might get the mole grips on these and just hold them in place while I get these pinched down and riveted. And I'll probably knock these back, weld them. That'll keep all nice and tight. Okay, so here's the latch. I'll weld this up now. I did think about forging another piece, but I figured I might as well keep it as original as possible, but there's going to be a lot of weld there. So I'm actually going to weld the whole thing up and then grind it back to something like, and then obviously all it needs is there another hole re-drill in there for the latch mechanism. So I'll weld that up now. Okay, there we have it. So that's built up now. Obviously looking a bit too neat, but it's the original piece. So it seems a shame to. I mean, like I said, I could have forged a new one. I think there's some random bits of wrought iron lying around, but it's part of the original gate, so let's keep it together, eh? So what I'll do is this is obviously for my friend, his friend's brother. So I don't know whether to pre-drill this or, because I'm going to be putting new hinges on obviously where they are originally. I said to him what I need to do is basically set this to where it'll fit the latch, mark it, drill it, and then obviously I'll probably make him a rivet. You can just sort of a piece of 6mm bar, whatever that is, probably 1/4 inch, and you can just sort of peen it over and fix it in place. Because it's in Cumbria, which is a fair way from me, so I'm not going to be going and installing it. This, we didn't have any acetylene, so I couldn't heat the edges. But either way, it's not worked. I'm going to just weld these up, build the weld up, and then file them back to look like that, which isn't great. I know it's not the original forged piece. I was hoping to do it, all that time spent making these, I wanted to do it properly, but that's that. And then obviously the hinges I have got here. So these obviously been aged up and made to look old, time of the gate. You just chop the other ones off and weld these ones on. And then I'll dress it up and make it all look like it's blended in. And then I hope that's the gate finished. So I'll get some more footage of that. Okay guys, so I didn't really film most of that, sorry. Bit of a mare, but so obviously I wanted to do these originally. You saw how I made the little balls, and the intention was to replicate this. So to have that come through, put the ball down, fold this back, and then peen that over so it pinched it. Well, we didn't have any acetylene. I've not got a torch or anything at home, so I wasn't able to do that. So anyway, I had a bit of a mare with them. So I ended up what I ended up doing was obviously taking the excess off, plug welding them up, and then I hand filed them to make them look obviously like the original piece. And then all I did is I went in with, hold on, just a little die grinder like this, and I literally just quickly moved it around, so you're not keeping it on one spot for too long to make it look too sort of, you know, commercially made. So they don't look completely uniformed and they're a bit all over the place, you know. But I think it ties in quite well. And again with these, I was originally hoping to drill from underneath, do a plug there, but I just spending a lot of time on it. Obviously it is quite time consuming to do. These are forged out, so I blended them in there, just welded them in these little die grinder here, just welded and then just cut away with the slitting discs, just so it's just got a little bit of support from that onto these scrolls. And then I originally MIG welded these and then went back with a slitting disc just so there was literally a minimal weld there. And then I thought it was best just to get the TIG and just run a tiny little bead both sides to hold them together. So that's now all together there. And it is wrought iron for those you were asking. Did some research, and that stamp that I showed before on the other video is the maker's mark is from a stamp from a wrought iron manufacturers. So that's pretty interesting. They said it was called puddle iron, apparently, whatever that is. I have to look into it. I was hoping to get the gas and just tweak these and make these a bit more uniform, which, you know, I haven't got. I'm not here anyway, some at the forge. And the last job to do, oh yeah, so you've seen this obviously, the latch is built up, that's ready to go back in there. And the last thing are these, just the hinges. Obviously these ones are a bit too far gone, so I just need to basically clean these up with the wire brush, mark out where they are, cut them off, weld these ones on and blend them in. And then that's it, other than painting it. So quite happy with that. So we'll hopefully get some photos or whatever to put in the video when it's finished. It's all hung up on the owner's property. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Overall, it should be a nice gate when it's all done. It's all sprayed up and yeah. So I'll get these welded on now, and then that's pretty much the gate done other than painting it. Before we go it once over again with the wire wheel. and then prep it for paint.